Okay, we're just waiting for the seminar classes to log on. So we'll give them a couple more minutes. We're going to go ahead and get started. So first off, I wanted to welcome everyone to the first ever SFS Senior Signing Day ceremony. And we are really grateful to welcome our athletes, our coaches, and our parents here to celebrate together. I'm also very grateful to Mr. Holcomb for working with me to find a time where we can celebrate this with our wider community. And of course, in the future, we would love to be doing this during an actual CT time in Aliso when we can all be there in person rather than on the live stream. We appreciate all of you who are watching via the live stream in your seminar classes or at home, and thank you for tuning in and supporting your classmates today. So before we get started, I'd like to ask Mr. Holcomb to come up and open us in a word of prayer.
Thank you, Mr. Rader, and thanks to Mr. Rader, his leadership, and our sports team here at SFS. I'm really excited to be a part of this. I do have to say to you guys, congratulations, and very excited for this tradition. I'm very excited for the excellence that you guys have built and how you guys have inspired excellence and built character in front of lots of different people. And I want you to know that I'm excited for where you're going on to. You're going to represent SFS beyond here, and I'm really thrilled that lots of people are looking up to you and all that you've achieved. So that's really an honor, and I'm glad we get to celebrate you guys today, along with everybody else out there in the camera. So please join me in a word of prayer. God, we thank you for this chance to be together, even though many of us are virtually connected in all the classrooms. Thank you just for the ability to run and play sports and to compete. That's something that brings many of us a lot of joy. I thank you for these athletes and the programs that they represent, the work that coaches and everyone else has poured into that, and also behind these athletes, the parents who have sacrificed countless hours cheering them on and supporting them in the different spots that they've been in, the sports they've played all the way through. We thank you for the privilege to have done this and the privilege for the rest of us to witness the dedication and the work these students have put in to excelling in their sports. We want to ask that you go with them, protect them as they go on to play and compete at levels in university. And we just ask that you bless this transition in their lives, and I pray that they leave here knowing that we're very proud of them and that they have our support and that we'll always be thinking of them. And thank you for the role models that they are in our community. In your name, amen.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, the purpose of our senior signing ceremony is to celebrate and recognize our SFS athletes that have committed to play collegiate sports next year. Earning a roster spot or a scholarship to play college sports is a great accomplishment in itself, and it's something that only a small percentage of high school athletes are able to achieve. It is a competitive process, and especially coming from international schools, the process is more complicated because college coaches don't get the opportunity to see us play on a regular basis. I can say from speaking to each one of these athletes, the process of achieving this goal has been a long one, requiring significant additional time and energy. And if you're interested in reading more about their process and the advice that they give to future Crusader athletes, you can check that out on the sfscrusaders.com. Today we'll recognize each athlete, and we have asked one of their coaches to speak on their behalf. Athletes will then ceremoniously sign their personalized certificate. These certificates will be framed and displayed in the gym building as a way of recognizing their accomplishments, as well as a way of creating aspiration for other SFS athletes who may want to continue their playing careers at the next level. This year we are excited to have 6 athletes from the class of 2021 that have committed to continuing their careers at the next level. To date, this is the single most number of athletes playing at the next level of any class in SFS history, so well done. We look forward to tracking their progress in the future as they play for new schools. I'm sure it will feel weird next year for them to pull on uniforms of another color and another mascot name, but in no time I am confident that this group will emerge as leaders within their teams and will represent SFS, themselves, and their families with great pride. And no matter where they go, once a Crusader, always a Crusader. Okay, so we're going to get started. So I'd like to call Jay Jones up to the front. Jay has committed to play tennis at Swarthmore College, and Clay's tennis coach is going to speak on his behalf. Mr. Feitosa, you can come to the front now.
All right, Jay Jones has been part of SFS tennis since his freshman year. And in the last 4 years, he has dominated both kayak and APAC tennis. He's never lost an official match in kayak. A very consistent showing from Jay, even when playing against some of the best athletes from other international schools in the region. Jay's incredible athletic ability, mental toughness, and competitiveness has been fundamental in the success of the tennis program at SFS. Last season, Jay was selected captain of the team, where I have seen his leadership skills grow. Now Jay is taking his talent and leadership to the next level, to the college level. It is with great admiration that I wish Jay Jones the best of luck in this next stage of his development as a tennis player. SFS will be rooting for you. Thank you.
Okay, Jay, you can now please sign your certificate signaling your commitment to play tennis in college. Congratulations, Jay. Let's give him a round of applause. Okay, we are going to have a little transition between each person. So next up is Siwon Park. Oh, I'm sorry, we're going to do Maya first. So let's go to Maya. So next up is Maya Rollinson, who's committed to playing soccer at Shaw University. And Coach Visahan is going to come speak on her behalf. And while they're coming up, we'll be changing out the pennants.
Okay guys, so I had the pleasure of being Maya's math teacher as well as her soccer coach this season. Before I talk about Maya the athlete, I just want to talk about Maya the learner, Maya the individual, Maya the young lady. So in my math class, I remember the first lesson. She looked lost. She was there, we were doing some stuff on quadratics, and I looked at her and she looked at me and she was like, and I was a bit worried. I'll be honest, I was like, oh, I don't know if she's going to be okay, maybe I should speak to her parents, and honestly that feeling lasted about 2, maybe 3 lessons. Because from that moment on, the young lady I saw was a determined young lady who was not going to let anything stop her in her goal of succeeding. And then it was a long 2 years, but she kept fighting, she kept trying, she kept failing, but then she kept succeeding. And she kept succeeding, and kept succeeding and succeeding and succeeding, to the point where, honestly, when I saw what she achieved at the end of the year, I was surprised. Now, she may not have been surprised, her parents may not have been surprised, but I was surprised. So that's the individual she is. She will never, ever let anything stand in her way, and she will always give it 100%. So, Along came soccer season. I already knew who she was as an individual, and I wanted to see what she could do on the pitch. And that same attitude and that same focus just transitioned straight over, and she was a quick learner. So, if I were to describe who she is using a math topic, I would say exponential growth. That's what I've seen in you. Because she started off like this, and then on the pitch, all of a sudden, she's just gone through the roof. I've got some more stats just really quickly just to share with you. We've only had 3 games. In those 3 games, she scored 8 goals. Okay. For all you mathematicians out there, that's 2.66 recurring goals per game. In a normal kayak season, we have 10 games, so I would have expected her potentially to score about 26, 27 goals. Now, unfortunately, we didn't have that opportunity, but what we have been blessed with is the chance to see her amazing ability on the pitch. You've been phenomenal for the team. You haven't been a captain as such, but really what you brought to the team is an X factor. And what I mean by that is, when everyone else is struggling, they need that one moment of magic, that's coming from you. And you've led that team. They listen to you, they look up to you, and I know you're going to be a huge success at Shore as well. Okay? You have so much potential, and you have a lot of great work ethic installed into you by your parents. You just need to go out there and achieve that. Okay? Good luck.
And I should say that it was Maya who, about a month and a half ago, who said, "Are we going to do a signing day?" And she kind of reminded me of the goal that I had to do something like this, so thank you. Okay, Maya, are you ready? Please sign your certificate signaling your commitment to play soccer at Shaw University. All right, congratulations, Maya. Let's give her a round of applause. Okay, next up we have Siwon Park, who's committed to running cross country and track and field at Haverford College. And we'll have the cross country coach, Mr. Kosh, speak on his behalf.
Okay. In athletics, in order to find success, you need to be prepared. You also need to temper your skills, along with realizing there can be no complacency. Siwon Park not only believes in these ideals, his athletic journey demonstrated that he lives them. Over the past 2 years, I had the privilege of being Siwon's coach, and through this capacity, I was able to learn more about him as a person and as an athlete, and I've been continually impressed with the level of dedication that he's shown his team. If I had to identify the 2 most important aspects of Siwon that I admire the most, it would be his ability to focus on his personal improvement and his all-around drive to push himself to new heights as a runner. Reflecting on his time on the cross-country team, Siwon has exceeded all expectations. Looking back on his most recent accomplishments, I can say that we ended his senior year on a high note. We finished both first place in the kayak season and tournament champions. Certainly made an exciting finish to the cross-country team. Furthermore, we also had a perfect season against some of our biggest rivals, which is phenomenal. But for me, winning the sportsmanship award was a little bit more indicative of the type of teammate Siwon was. As captain of the team, Siwon worked hard to make sure his team reflected positivity and demonstrated gracious winning to other schools. Siwon's personal success can be exemplified through his multiple accomplishments. He was given numerous awards, such as the cross-country most valuable runner, and achieved a difficult feat by being awarded and joining an elite group of runners, the 500-kilometer club. It wasn't only about distance, though. This past year, Siwon recorded his fastest times, consistently running as lead boy in kayak. He also set a record-setting career here at SFS for himself. To further comment on his strengths this past season, he set the fastest time, beating all other runners at the Shanghai American Virtual 5K. He reached a PR of sub-18 with a personal best of 17:29. And by the end of the season, he moved up in the ranks of the SFS top 50 runners with a very secure placement of 13 out of 50 runners. Siwon strived to improve himself all throughout his time in the program. He kept pushing himself to get faster and more efficient. His personal knowledge of running mechanics helped provide the justification to his fellow teammates whenever we engaged in really tough workouts. When Siwon came and told me that he was running collegiately, I was ecstatic. It's an amazing accomplishment, and I knew that SFS wasn't the end for him, it was just the beginning. Congratulations on your achievement and your accomplishment, and luckily for you, Haverford School colors are very similar to SFS. So just know, even though you'll be running under a different banner next year, you'll always be a Crusader.
Okay, Siwon, please sign your certificate signaling your commitment to run in Haverford. Thank you. Congratulations. Okay, next up is Flavio Tokunaga, who has committed to swim at Penn State Altoona. So swim coach Sean Carey will speak on his behalf today.
We've had the pleasure of having Flavio for the last 4 years on the team. And when Flavio joined as a freshman, he was confused between whether he wanted to swim or whether he wanted to do theater. And truthfully, he was excellent at both. But somewhere along the line, he decided that swimming was the thing he was going to do, and do well he has. He's committed himself the last 4 years to improving and getting to the point where he is able and capable of swimming at the university level. Flavio is currently one of our top 10 most well-rounded swimmers for the SFS team all time throughout the entire history of the program. And once this season is concluded this weekend, I'm sure he'll move up through the ranks even at that time. Flavio has dedicated the last 4 years to this opportunity and has expressed his extreme pleasure to have taken the opportunity to swim for Penn State, one of the most strongest programs for their division. Flavio, I wish you the best of luck next year. You will, jokingly and seriously, make a splash on this ultimate team.
Okay, Flavio, please sign your certificate signaling your commitment to Penn State Altoona swimming. Congratulations, Flavio. Give him a round of applause. Okay, and next we have Emily Park, who is committed to swim at Northwestern University. Swim coach Sean Carey will speak on her behalf as well today.
Here I am again. Emily, you've been a part of this program for many years. If we go back to the pool, we'll look up on the wall and there's your name as an age group swimmer, 9-10, some of the top records of the age group. I'm sure someone will eventually break them, but that shows that you have been here and dedicated to swimming for so long. And when I met you as a freshman, you knew that you wanted to swim at university, you just didn't know how to get there. Over the last 4 years, your personal growth of not only balancing your swimming, but your academics and your social life have been amazing. You've taken time personally to actually stop and say, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to stop, I'm going to breathe and enjoy life. And then you came back and you smashed it. Absolutely dedicating yourself to the program, to ensuring that you get back on track to getting to the university level. Very few athletes recognize the fact that I need to stop and take a break and then rejuvenate and then come back to it, and you did that. And I know that once you hit the university level and hit the university scene, your athletes that you participate with and compete against are going to see a wonderful, balanced person who is ready to compete at the next level. I wish you the best of luck.
Okay, Emily, please sign your certificate signaling your commitment to Northwestern swimming. Congratulations, Emily. Let's give her a round of applause. Okay, and last but not least, Ryan Kim, who is committed to playing soccer at Asbury University. Soccer coach Pablo Hoyola will speak on his behalf today. This one obviously is a little more special to me. Ryan is going to my alma mater, Asbury University, so congratulations.
Okay, thank you. It's a true pleasure to be speaking on Ryan's behalf today. I will sadly start on a little lower note. It's been a very difficult time coaching for the last couple of years. I've known Ryan for 2 years, and during that time it's been a lot of adversity and not many possibilities to actually be playing games. Last season was a spoil for us. So one of the amazing things about Ryan is his true passion for the sport of soccer. And that has really come through during this period when we have had difficulty struggling against a lot of adversity. So seeing him continue his development, continue his passion, continue his work ethic, and all the time dedicating himself to working hard, to improving his skills, is truly amazing to see. And I think that the most important thing as an athlete is truly enjoy what you're doing. And I can see that passion in Ryan. And I see that when he takes the next step in his soccer career, that starts tomorrow, because our kayak tournament is going to start, right? So we're truly going to see some real games, and Ryan taking off into this soccer future. And for this year, Ryan has been selected the team captain by election by his peers, and with 100% agreement with his coaches. So he has grown, not just as a player, but also as a person, always being one of the main contributors on the field for our team, and also being somebody that brings energy and his passion and the love for the sport to every practice, to every game, to every time we get together, to share this possibility as a team, to fight together and to bring pride to the program and the school. And I think that is one of the most important things that I'm 100% sure that Brian will bring to Ashbury College, right? So I wish you all the best, and I'm very confident that you will have a continuously successful soccer career. Congrats, Ryan.
Okay, Ryan, please sign your certificate signaling your commitment to Asbury University soccer program. Congratulations, Ryan. Thank you. Okay, so as we start to close, I want to say a few last things. Congratulations again to the 6 of you. We're so very proud of each one of you. We're so proud of all of our athletes, but I think you guys taking another step and making that decision is really special, and we truly wish you the best over the next 4 years. I also want to thank the coaches. You know, we had a few coaches who gave speeches, but there's other coaches that have been involved in each one of these young athletes' journeys from when they were little kids all the way up to today. And not every single one of them is able to stand up and get that recognition, but they really do deserve recognition, so I think we should give them a hand as well. So if you wouldn't mind giving them applause. And I also wanted to take the opportunity to say thank you to Mrs. Faith Ford for all of her help in planning this event and organizing for today, all of the name cards and placards and the banners and everything she helped make and do all the work on that. So give her a big round of applause. And then to everyone out there watching in your seminars, this is a thank you to the high school community for sharing in this moment with these 6 seniors and their families. Communally, it is very important that we celebrate each other's successes, especially during these hard times of COVID. So we thank you for taking the time and celebrating the successes of everybody here. So thank you and have a great day. All of you guys on seminar, I'm going to turn the live stream off here in a second, so thank you so much. All right, we can close with a round of applause.